Hi, this is Ralph, and in this series of videos I want to go over the construction of this small business website. In this case it's a fake cafe. This was a challenge that students in CIS 195, the Intro Web Development, and CIS 295, the Advanced Web Development, had to deal with, obviously at different levels of completion and different features. So this is it's a pretty small website, and even though we have a little menu up here, it's a one-page site, just the home page for a fake cafe called River Arts Cafe. And the website is for the most part a one-column layout, navigation menu in the top right corner of the header, a centered headline, a little bit of welcoming text, filler lorem ipsum text with a graphic representing a food item, have a background image of a nice cafe, some mock text displaying or featuring maybe some key items, some key menu items, and a little bit of copyright, address, and phone number information at the bottom. Now, intro-level students had to make this one page, and they were given a starting file with some of the content already on there, particularly the lorem ipsum paragraphs and some structural elements. So they had to finish the page to this point. Now, the Web Development 2 students had to go a step further, and they needed to make sure that this web page was mobile friendly, and that if rendered on a device 960 or smaller, would go to a mobile layout in which the navigation menu switches to vertical and takes up the full width of the, or pretty much the full width of the screen. The sandwich picture is now above the paragraph and larger. Instead of that background image of the cafe, we have a new direction, a map. So we have a map showing the location of the restaurant, and our three product items that were before side by side are now one on top of the other, and of course our footer. So Web Development 2 students had to do the desktop version and this mobile version, and a step further, Web Development students needed to make a print-friendly version where the sandwich image does not show, the map image does show, the header is completely gone, our product items are still there, and then the footer information has changed a little bit. The copyright notice is missing, but we do have larger text illustrating the, or emphasizing the address and phone number. So desktop version, print version, and mobile version. Those are the three aspects of this website we want to take care of. And even if you're not in a web development course, this would be a good example of really any kind of small business website. It doesn't require any hardcore back-end development, no database or anything like that. And it's made up of several pages that probably aren't updated on a frequent basis, although a site like this might still have some social media, Facebook site. While I'm working on these, this web page, I will be referring to a set of directions. These are directions that were provided to the Web Development 2 students. They and Web Development 1 students for that matter. They had, of course, a list of key items to work on, and they were provided some screen captures, visual aids of the finished desktop, the finished print, and the finished mobile version. So I'll kind of run through these steps as I'm going so that we can create this finished product. Now I'll be using my editor here today. I'm going to be using a Sublime Text 2, and we'll go ahead and start off this opening video just with getting the basic, just the basic tags that every web page is going to have. And there we go. I just paused the recorder while typing this up. But every page you make should have these basic elements. Of course, we have our doc type definition for HTML5 up at the top, HTML tag with language attribute. Head section includes our meta character encoding tag, includes a title for the page. Every web page you make should have a unique and descriptive title. I did throw in the meta author. That one's not really too essential, but I do like it for assignment web pages. And I'd like everyone to get in the habit of doing this one. This is our meta viewport. Meta name equals viewport, content equals width equals device width. And this is a very critical step for making a mobile-friendly web page. So even if you don't think you're going to be making a mobile-friendly web page, you might as well put this in the head section because it doesn't hurt that it's in there, and it does help when you do want to go mobile. I put in a meta description. Every web page you make, especially non-practice web pages, every real-life web page you make should have a good, readable description that explains the purpose of this web page. This is text that is generally used in the search engine results of a search engine. And of course, I do have a link to an external style sheet. I haven't made this style sheet yet. I'll get to that soon enough. But I'm going to go ahead and put in the link tag to my external style. And the body of the page is pretty empty, but I do have the all-important outer container or wrapper. And pretty much every website you make is going to rely on this, especially because it's a nice tool used to control what is the width of this page going to be. Is it fixed? Is it flexible? And this is how we're going to contain all of the visible portions of our web page. So this is the start of our HTML, and just keep in mind we're making this small business cafe website with mobile-friendly version and a print-friendly version, and we'll go ahead and start working on that.